When I started Walton
Hey
Guide
everyone.
classes, I needed a website.
One second, let me
Figuring out
just
how to make
close out that window. Great. Thank you everyone who's joined us today. We still have a few folks joining. So as we get ready to go here, I did drop a poll in the chat. If you haven't had a chance to answer that, please do. Those answers are so helpful to us. We are lucky enough to have Ian here, who is a longtime listener, first time caller. He shared some feedback with us last week that was super important, and that was that we were moving a little too fast to help him understand what we were doing. So we thought it would be great to have him come on, share his screen, and we will step by step help him create an event. So before we get started, if everyone just wants to turn on their microphones and say hello, that would be great. Gets lonely up here, so it's always nice to hear people are in the house.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Kayla.
Hi.
Hey, Adam.
Hello, how we doing, guys?
Good. Hey, Chris. Hey, Francis. Hey, Ishmael. Hey, Manuela. Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
Great. Cool. So I do like to think of these as like kind of a creative workshop. So if you have questions, please turn on your microphone, turn on your camera, blurt them out. That's the only way we're going to know you have questions. If I can't answer it right away, I will kindly defer, make up some funny excuse, and then come back to it later. But today, we're going to be going real slow. And if you have questions as Ian's building, it's a really great time to ask them as well. So what I did prior to this event, we kind of had a little bit of a back and forth with Ian about creating a specific type of event. And then I helped prep some of the files for that for him, just because I didn't want to spend everyone's time here, creating PNGs and things like that. So Ian, if you want to tell us a little bit about what your client asked for and what you're excited to build today.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. So basically, it's kind of a cowboy themed AI event. So looking to build a kind of a 3D animated kind of cartoonish character, tr creating, taking their face and putting them into this world of a cowboy with that sort of Western saloon kind of background. And yeah, that's kind of it.
Sounds good. And also, do you want to introduce yourself, Ian? Tell people where you're from, the company you run, a little bit about
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, so I'm Ian Shui. My company is Sweet Magic Photo Booth, running out of Toronto. I've actually just been in the industry for a year and a half, so somewhat of a newbie still, learning the ropes. I've been at PBX the last 2 years, but yeah, I'm excited to explore all the capabilities of Pictor and see if I can use it for my next event.
Amazing. Are you going to be headed to PBX Europe?
I don't think I'll make that one.
Gotcha. I think
But
it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And I think, knock on wood, I think we're going to have a lot of the Pictor dev team visit as well.
cool.
Cool. So, for those of you who work with clients, which I assume it's kind of a silly thing to say, often I know at AdSnap, we ask for any reference images because a lot of times clients, when they see something, it's different than they're imagining it. So if we can get them to kind of put together a mood board for us, it saves a lot of back and forth because someone can ask for something and we can create it exactly like they ask it, and then they see it and they're like, oh no, that's not what I meant. So this way, by asking for some of those items upfront, we can mitigate a lot of the back and forth and create what they actually want versus what they think they want. So in our back and forth with Ian this week, he shared with us this, which is the characterization of the output, as well as sort of this wild, wild west town. So that's where we're starting. And I believe this is for a rodeo, Ian?
Yeah, sort of an event in Canada.
And so I worked with some templates. We love Photo Booth Talk because their templates are great and very easy to work with. So I pulled some Rodeo Wild Wild West cowboy type templates to start with. I've also gone ahead and downloaded those fonts for Ian, but he has them all on his side in his computer. So we're going to go through step by step. What I recommend for starting, Ian, is why don't we do a 4x6 vertical? Does that sound good?
Yep, that's good.
Great. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and yield the screen to you. I've set up so both of us can share screens. So what I'm going to do is have the same event running on my side. And if need be, I can switch screens quickly and show you a thing. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'll be annotating what you're doing. So go ahead and share your screen and get logged into that test account.
All right. Is that working all right?
Yep, sounds good. So why don't you go ahead? Let me grab my annotation tool. Let me grab a cool color. And this is the first time that we're doing this, so it may be a little clunky, everyone. Just giving you a heads up. And Ian, do you work better by being shown, by guessing, by like what's the way you like to learn?
I guess, yeah, just sort of explain as we go, just sort of saying what's what, and
Sounds
I'll,
good. Okay,
yeah.
are you seeing my annotation on the screen now? That arrow?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Cool. So go ahead and click your events button there. Now you're going to, for the next tip, hit this create new. Great. Give it any file name you want. Cool. And the most important thing, you can put a client name if you want. I like doing that because then you can sort by clients later. And then down here, this is the most important part of what we're doing today. Toggle that advanced button. So in the next few weeks, we're going to actually be starting on advanced, and you toggle to simple. But for now, we still have to toggle that way. And then go ahead and create your event. Fantastic. Cool. So let's go now over to your flow. And we can come back and modify the event itself. But what this is here, this is our entire flow. So from the time the guest starts the experience in step one media screen to the time they receive their output. What we're going to concentrate on first, and we can go back later and update, is this choose experience area. So this is where we're going to actually create our templates, etc. So go ahead and open that caret. And now let's go to add template. Everyone in the crowd, anyone have questions so far?
Nope.
Cool. So Ian, if you want to just click this folder here real quick. This is where I've uploaded all of the content. We can't actually see it in this view, sorry. When we go to grab graphics, they'll be there. But sorry, click back on your Rodeo event. And now let's go to create template. Cool. So on the left, choose this 4x6 vertical. Great. And now scooch over to images here, and let's grab our first overlay. So now if you go to add images here, and now click on that folder I had mentioned, you're going to see all the assets that I preloaded. So before we do that, have you ever uploaded an asset to Pictor before?
No.
Okay, cool. So come back to your event up here, Rodeo event.
Yeah.
And now if you go to upload new, and this is going to be where I'm not going to see your modal. We just know that you're opening a file. Can you go into the templates folder that I gave you?
Yeah.
And choose cowboy 4x6. There's a PNG in there.
Yeah. Is it cowboy up to portrait mirror or cowboy up to square 4x6?
Cowboy up to portrait mirror 4x6 cropped. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't name these. They're straight out of photo booth talk. Great.
Okay.
Awesome. So now go ahead and click that, and now select use. Great. And now you can, if you hold your shift key, you can open that up and keep it the correct ratio and scale right up to 4x6. Great. Cool. So now let's keep things simple to start. Let's go ahead and grab a capture. And you can position that. Yep. Same thing. You're going to want to hold the shift key. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Great. And now go to your layers. And I would just swap these layers there so that you have your image behind that. go
Yeah.
ahead and give it a name. Why don't you call this 4x6 photo versus AI? Perfect.
Okay.
And now go ahead and save that. And hit your little X out arrow here. Go ahead and hit that save button one more time there. And now hit this I, and that'll allow you to simulate.
Okay.
So now you can hit touch to start, and you can go ahead and take a photo. Ta-da! Cool.
Nice.
And now you can hit finish there. So we've done that. Now we can come back over to your other window. And head over to your drop-down menu here. And let's go ahead and create a custom AI prompt. So I've already gone ahead and created two here that we can play with. This may be cooking show variety where it's like we play with it a little bit and then I say, okay, now let's pull it out of the oven, and we use one of the ones that I created. But for now, click that prompt builder. And I gave you a cheat sheet in that document, but let's all kind of go through this together and kind of brainstorm what these should be. So why don't you give that a name first? Yep. And if you add a new image here, if you have a selfie on your desktop or just any stock image of a person,
Let me find one.
if you need one, I can show you. If you click here, I can show you where to grab one that's already in the system.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So now if you go to this folder, AI prompts, I believe we have our smug Brad Smith in there, Brad Pitt in there. Yeah. Go for it. And you can use that. Cool. So now drop the gender on this to male. And let's think of some adjectives. How would you describe that image? And I'm going to drop the reference image into the chat for everyone to see. Let me just find it again. So, and I would love for everyone to participate in this. How would you describe this person? Or not the person, the aesthetic? Do you want to take some guesses, Ian?
3D.
Yep, go for it. 3D, I would do comma, shiny, glossy, comma, like big-eyed. Does anyone else have any? You could use Pixar. I typically don't, just because I like to avoid any sort of legal ramifications. But yes, that will get you that style. You can drop the word Pixar in there if you want. Or
That's exactly what I was going to say too.
yeah, exactly. Cool. So now let's go down to subject. And remember, we're going to now, there's like two things you want to think of. There's the aesthetic, which in this case is the sort of Pixar-y tune. And then the subject matter is different than that aesthetic that we just visually looked at. We want this to be some sort of cowboy, cowgirl, right? So why don't you put in, yeah, cowboy. Yep, comma. Anyone else have anything else to add? I'm gonna just start calling on people. Andrew, you have anything to add?
Sorry, as well. I was working on something else.
Gotcha. It's like first day of school. How would you describe a cowboy, Andrew?
Gritty.
Pretty? Okay, cool. Throw it in there.
You
Actually,
need to specify like if you want a hat on or not.
yeah, you can. So you can do those things in different places. So you can I would maybe put that in some of these things down here, but yeah, you can put a comma, like say wearing cowboy hat, or and maybe the action here is like tipping their hat, tipping their cowboy hat. Cool. Settings. Does anyone have any settings? And let me go ahead and drop that reference image in the chat for people to. Oops. Does anyone have any ways they want to describe that setting? Saloon. What do you call the like sort of town square in a Wild Wild West?
Just a Western town square or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, try that. And I'll show you guys one of my little sneaky moves on how to do this is I will, and I'm going to steal the screen real quick. You don't have to unshare. I think I can also share.
Okay.
Do you guys see my ChatGPT window?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. So one of the ways that I do this is, can you please describe this image in detail, both aesthetically and content?
I want to say they were called cow towns, but I could be wrong.
We can try it. Let's see what happens.
Who knows? Don't quote me on that one.
So all of these details here, right? So now what I'm going to do, we can pull little things from this if we want, or I can say, please put this into paragraph format with commas separating the different details. And I would spend a lot more time on this. I didn't even read what it said, to be honest with you there. I'm just trusting the internets. And I'm going to pull this and I'm going to drop it in the chat for you. And why don't, oops, it's too long. So I'm going to put it in that Google Doc that we have working.
Yep.
And if you want to just cut and paste that literally into your settings area, you can leave what you have there. Just cut and paste that long paragraph.
Okay.
Great. And now lighting. Why don't we say dusty, dusk? Like what time do people usually have their shootouts? It's like meet me at dusk in the Cowtown Square Saloon. Yeah, golden hour. Cool. And then style again, we can go for, I think, cinematic, 3D. Cool. And then anyone else have any other style recommendations? Okay. And then for now, specific details. Cool. Specific details. Let me think. I think you had said you wanted them wearing chaps, so you can say wearing chaps, leather chaps, and spurs. Yep. Great, cool. And let's go for it. Hit that generate button.
Save it first, or
No, you can't. You actually need to generate it to save it. So we'll walk through that. So as this generates, oh, I need to give you some tokens. 1 second. Okay, go ahead and this is gonna be a little bit of a bummer. Okay, let me let's see how we can do this. Okay, in a new tab,
Yeah.
just go to app.pictor.pro again. Great. Log in with the information that I gave you, though you should be logged in now. Oh, here, just remove login from this.
Oh, okay.
Cool. And now go up here and grab that custom AI prompt again. Open your Cowboy AI. Scroll all the way to the right. There's a pencil. Keep going. It's always fun to see this another. There you go. Go back a teeny bit. I don't know why it's rendering this way, but it won't be once we bring it into the other side. Okay, cool. So it looks like it did save those details. So now grab your smug Brad Pitt again. He is in AI prompts. Use select gender as male. And now try generating again. Anyone have questions as we're waiting for this to render out? Has anyone else played with the custom AI prompts?
I haven't yet, but I want to.
Cool. Well, we want you to as well. Ishmael asked, is he on a paid account with pro features? Yes, this is a pro account. He's on a test pro account that we set up for him for today. It looks like it may be throwing an error, and I'm not entirely sure why. I'm going to log in on my side and test it as well. I'm getting an error and I'm not entirely sure why. And instead of troubleshooting it right now, it may be something that we dropped into that settings, that really long one, that is getting a throwback from the AI God. So let me just check that real quickly over here. Yep, that must have been it. Okay, so if you just refresh that window,
Delete all this or
refresh it first.
okay. So just okay.
Yeah, so that's when I said, I'm not even going to read it all. I'm just going to trust the computer. I should not have. There's something in there that the AI did not like. So now you can go back to your edit for that. Yep. And now from that, just pull out everything other than Western Town for now.
Okay.
Cool. Now go back up here to your select test image and grab Smug Brad Pitt again. And the gender, and then great. Now launch it. So this one here rendered out without a reference image, it looks like.
Yeah. So if I wanted to test this with launching it like and taking a photo of myself, how do I do that?
We'll do that in just a moment. So if you have a reference image of yourself, you can upload it instead of Brad Pitt.
Okay.
And do that here. But for now, let's go ahead and click the set as thumbnail. And now you can hit that save button. And now let's go back to Pictor, top left, active events, edit and launch your Rodeo event. Cool. Go to your flow. Let's go to add template. Create template again. Let's go to 4x6. Yep. And what do you remember the steps we took before? Or do you want me to walk you through them?
I think template.
Okay, image.
Okay.
So you're going to add your overlay. Add image. Go to your, yep, Rodeo event. Yep, cool. Use. Fantastic. Now add capture. And before you enlarge that, what we're actually going to do here is hit the effects, AI effects, AI filter. Great. Select your prompt. Custom prompts. And now you can choose your cowboy. Here in the number of outputs, select 1. And so before you move that, I have a question for you. Do you want the original image to show anywhere or not?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so click back on your capture and hide the original there. Perfect.
Okay.
Now click on this. Use your shift keys to open that up to scale. Now go back to your layers. Yep. And now why don't you call this Rodeo AI? And then hit save. Oops. Yep. Save.
So save as?
Uh,
I think it already saved.
I'm sorry. Yes, just save changes. Sorry, it was small on my screen. X out. Save here. Launch your eye again. Great. And as this loads, does anyone have any questions about what we just did? Ian, do you have any questions or did you follow?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool. Launch it. Let's take a photo. So now you can do your Rodeo AI. Take a photo. And mind you, we didn't fully tune that prompt, so we have no idea what's going to happen here. Or I shouldn't tell you, you can choose as you like. Great. Finish. And now come back to your first tab. Oh, actually, you can close that tab out, whichever tab we were just working in. Great.
Yeah.
Go back to your event settings and now hit that sessions button. Cool. So this was the first one that we did. And now if you hit that plus arrow there, you're going to see the processing happening. We're going to add an auto refresh to this, but for now you have to hit that refresh. So let's wait a few seconds, and then you can hit the refresh and we can view the output. Yeah, go for it. Okay, and hit that view. Drum roll. Ta-da. If you right click on this image and open it in a new window, we can look at it larger, just so everyone can see what we created. Open it in a new tab. Click on the tab. Cool. So the likeness is not spot on, but it's a great first start without tuning. So I think that this is a wild success for 38 minutes of your first time creating an event. What I would love to do is show you now how to add some text to this. And we can go from there. That sound good?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Cool. So go back to your event settings. I believe it was that tab. X that out. Go to your flow. Click edit on that image. And just so I don't have to share screen again, I'm going to give you a link to look at in the chat. And once again, this is pulling from Cherie's photo booth talk, which is what we use for a lot of our templates.
So are you able to put it in the Google Doc? Because I don't see the
Oh
chat.
yeah, happy to.
Thanks.
It's the first link at the top of the doc now.
Oh, okay. Just open that up.
Yep. So we're just using this for reference. So in this example, there's 2 lines of text down at the bottom. Okay, so pop back over to your working doc. And now let's go to add text in the top left. Great. And yeah, you can start to move that down. What you can also do now is use some custom fonts that match this that Cherie picked out for this template. So by hitting add custom font.
Okay.
And now if you go to upload new, in that font folder,
Yeah.
you can grab one of those fonts. So for everyone, you can't see because it's on his desktop, the modal, but he just uploaded a custom font. Now click use. And you can have whatever text you want here with that custom font. I believe in Cherie's example, that line of text with that font went here on the bottom, but yeah, you can put anything. It doesn't matter. You know, you can have either. You can Command Z, yeah. And now if you hit that text, click on the text itself.
Yeah. No.
If you sometimes have trouble, there you go. There you go. And if you actually, yep. So if you pull from the corners, you can change the size of the text, or if you go up here, you actually can change the size and color of the text as well.
Okay. Great.
Nice. Now, if you want to add another line of text and you grab that other custom font.
Yeah.
If you don't want to upload it, I think they're in here too.
Oh, it's okay. I can upload it.
Great. Click it. And now you can put your event name there. Totally. You could also change the colors if you want.
Okay.
Cool. So now that we've done this, why don't you go ahead and save changes? Whoop. Yep. And then X out of that window. Cool. Save this again. And let's add some other flow stages. So why don't you go ahead and click this little circle. And you can add, for example, your terms of service. So if you want people to agree to do something before they use it, you can open up that little caret window and you can put in your terms of service. Everything is fully customizable. So while we don't have, no, I guess we went about translations a little bit differently than I've seen other apps do it. We've just enabled you to change the text on pretty much any button or item throughout the entire app. So if you wanted to change it to be more linguistically like your brand, you could do that, or in your language, you could change the word agree to whichever language you or your guests speak.
I have a question about that.
Yeah, what's up, Ian?
So when you're doing like a questionnaire like that, like terms of service or whatever, can we use your photo for marketing or not? How does it sort that out in post event? You know what I mean? Like when I'm going through photos to see what I'm allowed to share, what I'm not.
Gotcha. So we at Outsnap kind of handle things a little bit broader than that. So we say if you participate, we're going to do X, Y, Z. We don't give the optionality because a lot of our clients, if we're doing a live event, that photo may end up on a large screen in real time. Lots of things like that. We are building in some granularity where you can separate out the yes and no's. But to answer your question, in practice, we're set up, you get a CSV. And if you had a survey question that allowed people to say, yes, they agree to marketing uses, that would be a line in the CSV.
Okay, simple enough. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. And why don't we do that? Why don't you hit that plus sign, Ian? Yep. And hit survey there. Cool. And open up that caret menu. Yeah. And let's add a question. And why don't we change this to a checkbox? And just say, can we use your photo in perpetuity or whatever you would like to put there? You were just using it as an example. So, Ian, are there any other questions you would want to ask?
No, I think that's good.
Cool. One that I love, if you add question here, and then I think it's called slider. Scale at the bottom. You can say, how much do you like this, the brand of this event or whatever it may be. And you can change these numbers to anything you want. So you could do 1 to 100, 1 to 1,000,000, 1 to 20. Cool. And now scroll up to the top and let's hit save. Now, why don't you go into this global pen here? And I have that image open on my desktop, so I'm just going to give you some sort of hex numbers to play with as we do this. So go into buttons here. So I don't know if you guys recall, but the template had sort of like a light woody brown, tan, and a green. Why don't we make our primary button that color green? And so that would be, whoops. Go down here and just type in 889671.
Save that.
Yep, say it. No, sorry, just click off it. Yep. And then let's go to your secondary button. And let's make that, we'll make it that light beige. And that would be D5 C5AC. Cool, save. And then come over here to your background. Yep. And why don't you click that here? And why don't you upload? Do you have access to those reference images easily?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you just upload one of those Wild Wild West backgrounds? Cool. Select it. Use. Great. And now let's go back to your modals. And let's go to the background color here. And let's put that alpha at 50%. Cool. And come up here, please. And let's go ahead and I'm just going to pull another color from that reference. Let's go ahead and use EFB3. Oops, I lost it. 5.3. Cool. Click off that and then save. Now go ahead and hit your save in the top right. And then hit your modal here. And you're going to see those changes already come into effect. So now we have your background image. It does say tap to start here. It's a little bit hard to read. We could change that color. Or if you wanted to, you could actually create a video, a Wild Wild West video that had animations and put that in your start screen. So go ahead and just tap to start. Now you still see that background in there. We've changed the modal colors. We've changed the button colors globally. You can agree. Can we use your photo forever? Next. Cool. Sliding scale. Yep. And then back into the flow. One last thing that we can do, if you go back into your flow stages. Yep. Scroll down to the bottom. And let's add some sharing. So hit that. And why don't you add share output? Yep. Scroll down a little. Share output. This has email set up. You can turn on require email, add multiple emails. If you want to set up text messaging, I can show you how to do that quickly as well. I don't think you'll be able to toggle it on there because we haven't set it up in the exports. But scroll up and save that. And then come over here to your exports. And scroll all the way down. This account may not have SMSs enabled on it if you don't see it there. So why don't we scroll back up and I'll show you email output. So we have HTML emails or just text email. So once you hit allow HTML, you can go and select a template. We have sort of a base template that's already there, but if you hit create template, you now have a full WYSIWYG. Let's not do this because that's a full lesson in and of itself, but you can create anything you want, custom CSS, etc. Hit that, close that out real quick, and let's turn off use HTML. Scroll down a little bit. We also have a full slideshow built in where you have your settings there. Cool. You can scroll back up to the top. Hit your save again. Go back to your flow stage. Can you scroll down just to make sure we save the email sharing? Great. You can scroll back up. And the last thing we'll do, hit that I again. And you can go through the experience and actually drop in your email and you'll have built it end to end, your first event. Ishmael, you asked a question. Can you remove that step where it lets you pick between the regular 4x6 and the one with AI? Can you expand on that question just so I can understand? Do you mean you don't want them to have a choice? We've decided we're doing AI and that's it? Yep. Okay, cool. Yes, we can. Ian, go back to your flow stage, please. Scroll down a little bit. And can you go ahead and just click those three dots? Yeah. And then in there, you should be able to remove. Now, if you go up and save again and run run the simulator. Anytime there's no optionality, it will just go automatically into that next step. So once you agree, and now no question there. Great question, Ishmael. Cool. So that's the end-to-end event. We built it in well under an hour. That was pretty exciting. We modified it a bunch. Is there anything else, Ian, that you're curious to see while we're here together?
I think I've pretty much covered everything I was looking to do. No, it's
Cool.
good.
I'm going to steal the screen. If you save your event, and I'm going to show you a few things real quickly to show you how you can further advance that exact setup very quickly. And now that I think you have the basics of it, I think you're going to understand a lot more of these things quicker. Does anyone else have any questions or things they would like us to see modified on that event? Bueller? Okay, so what I'm going to do is do a 2x6 photo strip. So I'm going to go back into the flow. I'm going to choose experience. I'm going to go ahead and add a new template. I'm going to create that template. I'm going to do a 2x6 photo strip. I'm going to go ahead and grab an image. As I mentioned earlier, I have previously uploaded some of these. So let's grab this. Once again, this is from Cherie's photo booth talk. I did not create these. They're available for easy download. And she's recently created just the PNGs as well. So I used to have to go into the file, export this from the PSD, but now you can grab them right out. And so one of the things that I'm going to do here is I could do a 3 capture pretty simply. And I'm going to be a little sloppy here just so we can move through quick. So the auto is going to pull the ratio of the template itself because it doesn't know necessarily where those windows are. And now I'm going to go back here to my layers. I'm going to bring my image up to the top. I'm going to go ahead and call this 3-frame photo strip. Save. Close. Save again. Bounce over here and just quickly show you now that we've created a 3-frame photo strip. And so it's going to take the first photo. Gotta press the button. The second photo. The third photo. And there we go. So now we can extend this in 2 ways, right? So we could either make this be, I'm going to go ahead and from my layers, I'm going to remove capture 2. I'm going to go from my layers, remove, renamed capture 3, capture 2. And I'm going to go and select my capture. I'm going to move it to the top so I can play with it a little bit more. I'm going to hit my settings and I can now add an AI filter to this. I can select a prompt and we can make it this rodeo prompt. And I could actually go back here and have it output 2 images. So now we have 1 real image, 2 AI outputs.
Those two would be different from each other?
Yeah, they're going to be two different renderings. And now let's go back over here to our layers. So it's going to be the same prompt, just two different outputs. And it's just going to take the one photo this time. Send Eva an email to brighten up her day. Okay, cool. While that's rendering out, I'm going to go ahead and change this again. And now I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to grab that first capture. I'm going to go to my settings. I'm going to make it just one output. And I'm going to go ahead and hide the original. Whoops. Let me go ahead and move these layers around a little bit again. Okay, I'm going to hide the original. Now I'm going to add another capture. Also make this 1-to-1. And say we wanted to do some storytelling of like cowboys through the ages. We could change some of those descriptions so that our AI output is different for each one. So in this case, I'm just going to grab 3 different cowboy outputs, the ones that I had played with. I'm going to hide the original again. And let's add one more capture. Let's make it square. Let's add the AI filter. Let's grab our third cowboy. Make it 1. And I think I grabbed the wrong AI output here. So let's go ahead and go back here and select my prompt. Let's do this guy. Cool. And then let's hide it. And let's go back to my layers, move these around, save changes, close it, save it. And before we render that one out, let's take a peek at the last one that came through. So this is a photo strip that has one real image and 2 AI outputs. Once again, these have not been fully tuned, so they may not be perfect. And I was sloppy, so you see the side of the template here, but we have our first image and then the 2 AI outputs created from that one single image. Let's run it one more time. And we're right at 2 p.m. So we're hitting the finish line. And then let's run this. So we're going to take 3 images now. And they're all going to have different AI outputs. Cool. So while that renders out, let's open up some questions. Anyone have them? Ian?
I just put one in the chat, Nick.
Oh, cool. Do you want to shout it out?
Yeah, sure. So I've put we're doing
Oh, hey, Kev.
hey Nick. So there's a poster that I put in the chat for the Miami Dolphins, and it basically shows one person in 3 different poses. But to make that work, we would need to have the AI photo of the subject with no background. Is that possible?
Yeah, totally. So great question. So why don't we go ahead and I love it. I love a real-time workaround. Okay, so has everyone seen the image that Kev shared in the background? In the chat?
Yep.
Cool. So let's try our best to create that as quickly as possible. So let's go in here. I'm going to go into open source image. Let's grab this. It's not quite right, but for the sake of this, let's grab, and we would obviously bring in some PNGs and things like that. I don't have the circle, but what we can do you want the original photo and then the two AIs, or do you want them all AI?
So I think we plan to have them all AI.
Okay, cool. So we could do, let's see. Okay, capture. For the sake of this demo, Kev, I'm going to do one real one and then two AIs on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just because I think it'll be easier for people to sort of suss out. Okay, so I'm going to do this. This is going to be real me for the sake of this. I'm going to add a border radius to this. So we're going to call this 500. I'm going to then add AI outputs. For the sake of this demo, let me see if we have anything that's close to that. Let's just do our cowboy again. So let's do a full figured cowboy. And let's do two outputs. And if I select an output, I can go here now to background removal. And I can do the same here on this guy. Whoops. Remove background. I don't need the radius. And then we'll do the same here for background removal. So now if I put this person here, and obviously you'd have to play with these prompts to make them work properly. And then I'm going to bring, let's actually just fire it off and see what happens. Obviously, you'd want to do a lot more planning on this. Sorry, I'm getting like, I want to do better. Let me see if this is where I get into a danger zone because I'm always like trying to do more. See this, I already like, here, let me move these guys down. So what I hate when a person's just like floating in the ether. So what I'm trying to do now is take this image, go to my layers, and I want to make it so that this version of me is situated in this specific item. Okay. And as a result, I'm also going to go ahead and remove my border radius. So I'm just going to pop into this green square, and then I'm going to put these other guys around me. Let's save this. Okay, let's see what happens here. I haven't tried this before. So to do this, Kev, you would need to likely have slight variance on your AI prompt to do different poses to make it more dynamic. But
Right, yeah. So the all three AI filters can be similar, but changing the poses to make them different.
Correct. So one would be like catching a ball, one would be, touchdown.
And then would it take one photo to do all three, or three photos to do all three?
You could, there are workarounds to do one photo. You could also do multiple photos. The easiest way to is have them just take 3 photos, each associated with a different prompt. But there is a workaround to do it with one photo.
Cool. Yeah, I'd prefer if it was one.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good.
I can show you that in a moment. So let's go to sessions here. Let's look at our last one. So this is the 3 different AI outputs. We also have the ability to give people the individual unbranded AIs, as you see here. So zooming in, this was the first prompt, second prompt, and third prompt. Once again, these are not fully tuned, so they don't really super look like me. This one a little bit, but okay, and let's see, Kev. Thanks for this. I need a drum roll, Kev. Can you give me a drum roll?
Nope. I'm the worst at impressions and things like that. Very good at a British accent, though.
Yeah, right. So here you go. This is like, for a first stab at it, that's kind of what you were asking, right? So if you had these variations on the prompts, that would give you those different positions.
Yeah,
And,
that's perfect.
you could have a PNG, you could use on your version of it that full background and drop the initial player into, you have your text over on different layers and things like that too. So yeah, you could pretty simply do it. For the workaround you were asking, let me see if I can. I think I can is the answer. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove, oops, this. Oops, remove the wrong one. Okay. So if we have capture 1, and now I'm going to go ahead and add another capture. I'm going to also make this a square. And instead of it being input capture 2, I'm going to change it to capture 1 again. And now I'm going to add an effect to it. I'm going to add an AI filter. And so we've designed this to be like ridiculously robust, but also easy is the plan. So there are lots of these little workarounds that you can do. And so let's try this. This is a more photorealistic Western. So let me put that one down here. Let me go ahead and hide my second capture 1.
I think that changed it back to capture 2, though, Nick.
Did it? Capture 2, AI output 1, show original. No, it says capture 1. Let's see. This is a workaround, so let's see. I can't promise. This is one of those things where a bug may be a feature. And then let's go just one more image. Let's try it. It's my one image. I do have to answer this survey question for the second prompt though. At the way it's currently set up, but we could probably figure out a way to batch that. And let's go check it out. And while I'm doing that, I saw Michelle, you have a question? Michelle, did you have a question or were you answering Kev's question? Michelle is making coffee. Let's see. Okay. Both AIs are in prep. Should be back any second. Cool. Let's see what happens. And I love this too, because this is an idea that I never had, but it's very simple to do with Pictor. Oh, I forgot to turn on background removal, but other than that, it would have worked. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Kev. Did everyone?
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is super awesome. Very, very neat. Cool. I'm just because I can't not see it through, I'm gonna go and change the background removal on that. And anyone have questions while I'm doing this?
So forgive me if this is a real like start of the call question, but am I right in thinking that you take the photos and whilst it's being processed, you can do the next session? You don't have to wait for it to process, right?
Correct. That's something that we have gone back and forth with a lot of folks on because a lot of people really like the live preview. We at Outsnapped have found that the fastest way to get more photos taken is by letting people get their output on their own devices, right? So what we do for that is we have with AI, when it goes up to the cloud, we can actually hide this whole session on AI if it's doing local processing. So for non-AI, it happens there. But yes, so someone put in their email and then the next person can hop in. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that's great.
Cool. So let's see it. Let's go down the list. Adam, do you have any questions?
No, I think we're good right now. Actually, I have a bit I just sent out to a client. It's for like a national night out event.
Uh-huh.
We would be at a police station if they accept. So I was planning on using the AI to make the kids look like officers or something
Oh,
like that.
amazing. Cool. Totally doable. Chris, how about you? Any questions? Chris is shy. Derek? Francis?
No, it's awesome.
Awesome. Love hearing that. Kayla, Manuela?
None from Kayla. I just need to play around with it more.
Cool. We'd love to see what you're going to create. Chris, yes, we will be sharing this. It'll go probably live on our Facebook group tomorrow. For those of you who are not in the group, let me get you that link right now. Let's do this. I'll drop that in the chat. Please do join us. Also, one other thing that we love is feedback. If you hit this feedback button, you can request prompts, you can request features, things like that. One question that I always have is like, what are the features that you folks absolutely need to use Pictor that you may think we don't have already? Chris, I saw your question. I'll come back in one sec. Or actually, I can answer that. I'm expecting you to say that you want printing. So we actually we had a print server. It works. It's functional. I don't love it. We've been rebuilding it since PBX. And actually, one of the things I'm doing after this call is testing the new build. And if it's as awesome as it's supposed to be, it just went through QA. Hopefully by next week, we'll have our own print server and we'll probably demo that in a call. But there is a print server. As of right now, you can do a watch folder print, or you can use our older print server. I don't love our older print server. I'll be very, 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 very honest with you. It works totally functionally. And then when we were in person, it didn't work the way I had imagined it on site. So it got a full rebuild. So very, very excited about the new functionalities in it. One of the things that we like to really think about when we're creating product here is it just has to work, right? I know that there's a lot of things that we do that look very complicated, but we also try and have the easiest way to get from point A to point B too. So our print server, the connectivity, now it's just beautiful. You plug it in, you launch it on your PC or Mac, and you get a little green light in both places showing that you're connected, and that's it. So it's really rad. But Chris, hopefully next week I can demo that. I don't want to jinx myself though. And then let's go check that last session to see if we got cut out here. No, I must have done something wrong again. I'll go back and play with it. But cool. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Those of you, I know Ian has been here so many weeks in a row. Ishmael's been here. Kayla, I see it's so nice seeing people return. Andrew Modlin, who was here earlier. Kev joined us. It's so flattering for you to all spend time with us. It's really, I really appreciate it. I have a quick question for you guys, and feel free to just shout out. Did you like this style of the webinar? It's different than we've done in the past. I thought it was great. Ian, did you get something out of it? Anyone else want to chime in?
I really liked it because sometimes you are a little quick with things, which is totally fine, but it did slow you down a lot. So I was able to kind of pick more things up than I normally do.
Wonderful. That's great feedback. I try and go slow, but I like this.
You're just so used to it.
The software is like the extension of my brain, right? It's like the
Yeah.
software that I've always wanted. So yes, it's very easy for me to get around. But one of the things that I love is watching people use the software because it shows us where I was wrong, and then we can fix it, right? So my brain is not the correct brain, it's just my brain. So please, if you do have questions, that's why I love when people just come off mic and shout. And the other thing that I think we can do is if people kind of pitch ideas or they have things that they're trying to figure out how to pitch to clients, we can build them together here as a group too. So that's definitely something that we would love to do. If anyone is interested in taking the Ian seat that he so graciously agreed to do this week, please just drop a message in the chat and we'll reach out to you. That would be great. Kayla, I might put you in the hot seat if you want to do one of the upcoming weeks.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Fantastic. After this call ends, you are going to get a little survey. And I think Ian can attest how important that is because Ian filled out that survey and it was incredible feedback. And now Ian's sitting with us here this week. So please do take a minute just to give us your honest feedback. The good, the bad, the ugly. That's the only way that this is going to get better. So it's good to see the... Oh, thanks, Chris. Yeah, so there's a lot of really cool things that are built into the minutia of this based on changing colors or text or things that we've had other clients ask for. And there's also like global ways of doing things very quickly. So we'll leave it there. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. And I can't wait to see what everyone creates. Thank you, Ian. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.